Okay, so I've started recording the session and I've shared my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So yesterday we started writing the functionality test case for carousel feature. We'll continue the same. Okay. So next page is a module. Carousel is a submodule. And test case number 3. Okay, verify carousel are automatically sliding and verify that carousels are automatically sliding from left to right. Okay. Now, you people should help me out with the different scenarios. What would be the next scenario or next test case?
Verify that right side arrow are enabled or not. Left side arrow disabled or not.
Okay. Uh, so okay, verify that left arrow is in disabled state when we are in first carousel image. Correct.
Yes.
So, so, that left arrow is disabled state when this is in disabled state on first carousel image. Okay, this is for both guest and registered user. Right, again, this is a positive case. So test URL of the application should be available and user should be registered to the application to use the application as a logged in user, and test data remains the same. Is a functionality test case. Okay, and test steps: open a browser, URL, account, get OTP, enter the OTP, click on start shopping button, click on the Pantaloons logo, and user should once user clicks on Pantaloons logo, he will be seeing the carousel, and once carousel is displayed, yeah. So any other further steps should be added.
No, sir.
Okay, the steps should be sufficient, and now need to come up with the expected result. What should be the expected result?
Left side arrow should be disabled.
So left arrow of the arrow be disabled state of the first carousel image, right? Okay, this is my next test case. It is done. Let's come up with the next test case. The home page carousel. Test case number 4. Yeah, help me with the next test case. What would be the next?
Verify that user can manually slide the carousels by clicking on it.
Verify that user can slide the carousel by clicking on the arrow, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Verify that carousels are slided by clicking on the arrow. Okay. So it is applicable for both guest and registered user. It's a positive scenario. Uh, the precondition remains the same. The test data remains the same. So let me do one thing. Let me freeze the first row. Okay, fine. And test type is functionality and the test steps. Do I need to add any further test steps?
Click on the right arrow button.
Right? That should be my next step. So there is a ninth step. The right arrow. Right. So once I click on the right arrow, what should happen? Carousel image will slide. Carousel image should slide once. Arrow. Right. So what is the description? Where carousels are slided by clicking on the arrow. Right. Carousel image should slide once arrow is clicked. Okay. All right. So now let's write the next test case. Right. Test case number 5. Yeah. What is the next test case?
Test the item by clicking whether it is navigating to correct product page or not.
Okay. So you mean to say once we click on the carousel, it is navigating to that particular page or not? Correct.
Yes.
Okay. Fine. Let me write that case. Not an issue. Verify that user is navigated on the page by okay, this is applicable for both guest and registered. Positive case, precondition remains same, test data is same. It's a functionality test case. And yeah, what should be the steps? So the scenario is once I click on the carousel, it should take me to the respective page. What should be the change in the steps, or do I need to add any additional steps?
Click on the
Click
carousels.
on the,
So do I need to add one additional step? Click on the carousel.
Yes, sir.
yes, sir. I think we have to remove click on the right arrow.
Okay, so I'll just modify this, right? So click on any carousel. Is this fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So user should navigate to the respective page, right? So any carousel image, if I click, right, user should be navigated to that particular page, right? So this is one more test case. Now let me come up with the next case. Okay, test case number 6. Yeah, guys, help me with the next test case.
Verify that each carousel images are different.
Okay, yeah. Um, it will be different basically. Um, so you mean to say like we need to verify that
Products.
no two carousels are same, correct? Yeah,
The products displaying or different or
yeah, we can write that, not an issue. So verify that the carousel images are different. This is the one, right?
yes.
Guest and registered user. Okay. The condition will remain the same. Data is same. Functionality. Now tell me the steps for this.
By clicking the right and left arrows.
Yeah. So I'll say navigate to all the carousels by also I'll write this way because click on right arrow and navigate to not carousels. This is fine. Click
Yes.
on right arrow and navigate through all the carousels. So uh, carousel images should be different. Just give me a minute, guys. Okay. Right. Now let's come back. Carousels. This is number 7. Yeah. Now tell me the next test case.
Verify that once we reach the last carousel, right arrow should be disabled.
Okay. Try that arrow. It's disabled. The last carousel. Right. This is the one, right? So when we are in the last carousel image, the right arrow should be in disabled state. Okay. Now this is applicable for both guest and registered user. SD case condition is same. Test data will be same. Functionality. And now tell me the steps. Do I need to change any step or do I need to add any step?
Change the 9th step.
Okay. Click on right arrow till
Then
browser. Right. Then right arrow.
should be disabled.
Okay. Correct. Okay, let's come up with the next case. For page browser, this case number 8. Okay, yeah. What would be the next case?
Verify the time taken for the carousels to move to the next slide.
Okay, fine. Let us do one thing. Let us cover one by one. Okay, your scenario is 100% valid scenario. We need to write a case for that. Definitely, like how long it takes automatically to slide the carousel images. Okay, but let us cover the scenarios around these arrows, right? So, with respect to these arrows, right? What all the scenarios that we have written? Um, Verify that left arrow is in disabled state on the first carousel image.
I verify that both the arrows
By
work.
clicking on the arrow, it is moving. Yeah, yeah. Can you tell me, please?
Verify that both the arrows are working in the middle in carousels.
Okay.
That means
So,
accepting last page and
you
first page.
mean to say both right and left arrow are in enabled state? Uh, that particular scenario you want to write. So, verify that user navigate. Verify that carousel image is verify that the right arrow is disabled in the last carousel. Okay. So, verify that both right and left arrow are enabled or enabled state. So verify that both right and left arrow are in enabled state. Right. Okay. First or last carousel. Is this right? Does this make sense? Verify that both right and left arrow are in enabled state when user is not in first or last carousel image. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So this is applicable for both guest and registered. Positive case, decondition, the data remains the same, it's a functionality case. And now tell me the testing.
By clicking the right and left arrow when not in first and last image.
So I'll just say click on the right arrow, right? So what will happen once I click on the right arrow? I'll not be in the first carousel image or in the last carousel image.
Yeah, okay.
So both the arrows will be in enable state, correct? So both right and left arrow be in enabled state. Okay, fine. Now next case 9. Page profiles. Yeah, what is next scenario?
Check that arrow buttons are visible or not.
Yeah, that we can come up with one particular case, like verify the designs are as per the UI. Okay, that will become a UI test case. Okay. So we'll come up with that test case at the last. What else we can write with respect to this arrows? So we have written when we are in first carousel image, left arrow is disabled, and we are when we are in last carousel image, right arrow is disabled. And when we are in any other carousel apart from first and last, both are enabled. That we have written. Any other scenarios that we can write with respect to this arrows? See, actually speaking, I can write one more case, but it would be kind of repeated. Okay. See, I'm in first carousel image, left arrow is in disabled state. Right. Once I move to the next carousel image, left arrow is enabled. Right. I can write this case, but it would be kind of a duplicate for this. Verify that both right and left arrow are in enable state. So when I'll be in enable state, when I'm moving from first carousel to next carousel, both will be in enable state. In the same way, left arrow would be in disable state, and if I move to the next carousel, left arrow also will be in enable state. So this covers both the cases. So I don't want to uh, write the duplicate case. Okay, fine. Now let us move further. Like somebody was telling, verify that uh,
Time taken.
time. Okay, how long it was taking to auto slide. Correct.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me refresh this page. So it is taking, how long it is taking? Can somebody tell me?
30 seconds.
3 seconds, maybe. 5 seconds, sir.
It's taking actually 3 seconds. Okay. Can you guys once again just try to verify it because I was verifying it with the clock. Okay. Yeah, it is taking 3 seconds. Okay. Right. So verify that carousel carousels are auto slided at every 3 seconds. Right. So this is yes, registered user positive. The condition remains the same. Data is also same. Functionality. Now tell me the steps. Do I need to add any steps or the steps are fine? Or do I need to modify the steps?
We can remove 9 step also.
Okay. I'll remove the ninth step. All right. So wait, okay. So right. So now Hello.
Yes, sir. You're audible now.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm not sure. Like, uh, the network got disconnected automatically. My screen is visible, right?
Yes, sir. It's visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. What I was asking was like, what are the next scenario? What are the scenario I can have?
The carousels don't slide whenever we hover on the particular slide.
Okay. Nice. Verify that carousel is not so slided. Verify that carousel is not auto slided when how can I say verify that carousel are not auto slided
When we are on the particular
When
carousel.
we hover it on,
when you verify that carousel is not auto slided when mouse is over on the carousel. Does this make sense?
yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So this is same the condition, this data, functionality. Yeah. Now tell me the steps. Do I need to add any step or do I need to remove any step?
Place the mouse on the carousel.
Mouse over on carousel, right? We'll have to just hover the mouse on the carousel image. Okay. Carousel on auto slide, right? Fine. Now let us come over. Okay. So what should be my next test case? See, as of now, we are looking into the application and we are coming up with a test case, right? But in real time, what will happen is they would have given us the requirement and they would have given us the UI designs, right? Whatever that you see here, it will be in the form of a designs with us. Okay. There are multiple application, like one of the best application is like there's something called as Figma, right? So this is one application. Okay, using this application they come up with the design pages. See, Figma design, right? So basically they use this particular tool and they design the web applications. All right, so uh, see, Figma is a collaborative web application for interface design with additional offline features enabled by desktop application. Okay, so whatever the designs of the application, right? They will come up with this Figma. Or there are multiple other tools, not only Figma. Like uh, so, I can say UI UX design tools. So the pretty first one that you get is the Figma. Why? Because this is a pretty widely used designing tool. There is Wix. Okay. So if you see here, these are the different tools that are used, okay, in order to come up with the designs of the application, whether it can be a mobile application or it can be a web application. So they will come up with that particular designs. So you can go through that particular design and the requirement, and then you can easily come up with the test cases. Is that clear? So in real time, this is how it will work. Okay, but as of now, since we already have the application, we are following the application and we are coming up with a test case. So in real time, they would have given the requirement. In requirement, how the functionality of the feature should be there would be given in the requirement document, and how the application should look like will be uh, select through the designs. Okay, if you have any such confusion, I just wanted to clear it out. Okay, yeah, let's come back and come up with the next case. What should be the next case?
Verify the dimensions of the each carousels are same.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Uh, Verify the dimensions of each carousels or same or different.
That we'll come up with one final test case stating verify the carousels are as per the UI and UX design.
Okay.
Okay, so that will cover uh, everything basically. Basically, the UI case. Any other test case apart from that, like functionality case that you can come up with?
Verify that carousels can move when we click on the dots.
Right? Great. So, see, carousels are represented through this dot representation as well. Okay, and if I click on any particular dot, it should take me to that particular carousel image. Right. And also, the number of dots will represent the number of carousel images. Got it? So let us come up with the test case. By the verify that carousels there is navigated the corresponding carousel by the dot representation. Right. So any dot that I click, user should be navigated to that corresponding carousel. Does this make sense? Verify that user is navigated to the corresponding carousel by clicking on the dot representation. So this is the dot representation. So if I click on any particular dot, user should be navigated to that particular carousel. Okay. So This is for both this and positive. The condition is this. Test data remains the same. Now tell me the test steps. What are the changes that I need?
Click on the dot presentation.
So do I need to come up with additional step?
Remove the
Yes, sir.
ninth step. Sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now step I'll remove.
On the dot.
Representation. I'll say click on any of the dot representation. Right. So if I click on any dot, it should take me to that particular carousel. Right. So the user should be navigated to the okay, carousel image. Right. Fine. So now complete carousels. Yeah. Let's come back. Now tell me what is the next case.
Verify that dot is marked with highlighted when we are in particular slide.
Okay. By that uh, dot is highlighted. That is go to the page. Verify that corresponding dot is highlighted when user is on carousel image. Right. So let me merge this, wrap it. Verify that corresponding dot is highlighted when user is on the carousel image. Does this make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Positive functionality. Now tell me the test steps. Do I need to remove the step or do I need to add the step? Or do I need to modify the step?
I can remove 9 steps, sir.
Okay, you want me to remove the ninth step? Fine. Do I need to add anything?
And now
Okay. Let's say corresponding dot I corresponding dot should be highlighted. So, Okay. Now tell me another scenario, another test case.
Number of dots and number of carousels should match.
Okay. Page carousels. Verify that uh, number of dots are equal to the carousel images. Does this make sense? Verify that number of dots are equal to the carousel images. Right?
Yes.
Condition is saved. Status is functionality. Now, what should I make changes in the steps? What changes?
Count the number of dots.
Yeah, you can count the number of dots. The test case is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 dots. So what I can say is like click on all the dot representation. Right. So what I am doing here is now I'll click on all the dot representation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. So I'll have 5 carousel images. Does this make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is the scenario? Verify that number of dots are equal to the carousel images. Number of dot representation should be equal to the images. Okay. Now, what is the test case that we can come up with?
We can write negative test case also, sir.
What case you can write?
Verify the behavior of dots by clicking right mouse button.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Check the functionality of dots by clicking right mouse buttons.
So you want me to do a right click over here on the
Yes,
dot.
sir.
Nothing will happen. Why nothing will happen? I'll tell you. See, this is see when I mouse over on the dot, right, it turns to a hand symbol, correct?
Yes, sir.
So when it turns to a hand symbol, which means that is a kind of a link, or by clicking on that, some action will happen. For example, again here, see, once I do a right click on the arrow, also nothing is happening. You can try it out in your system. Just mouse over on any of the dot representation, do a right click. Nothing will happen.
When the verify that when the dot is at in last carousel, the right arrow mark should be disabled.
We can add that case. Verify that when the dot representation is at the last. Verify when user is at the last dot representation, right arrow is disabled. Verify that when user is at the first dot
First,
representation, left arrow is disabled. Right?
yes.
Verify that user is first dot representation, like arrow is disabled. Stick. Right, so this is applicable for guest. Positive. The condition will remain the same. Test data, functionality. Now, what should be the changes in the test steps?
Click on the first dot representation.
Do we really need to click on the first dot representation?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me come to the application. Now what I'll do, I'll just refresh this page, or I'll click on the Pantaloons logo. Right. So where am I? I'm in the first dot representation, correct?
Okay.
And the arrow is in disabled state. So no need to perform any action, right? So all I need to do is just come to the
Pantaloons.
Pantaloons logo, come to the home page. Then whatever that I'm expecting. So
We are in first dot representation.
yes.
Left arrow should be disabled.
Mm, disabled state. First dot representation. Right? So just wrap it. Okay, same way I can write one more case, that is this is test case number 15. Same way, verify that user is on class dot representation right arrow is disabled, right? So I'll just wrap it for guest and teacher positive functionality. Now tell me the steps. What I should do. Any
Click
additional
on the
steps?
last,
Yes,
click on the last auto presentation.
right. So click on the last dot representation. Okay, and then right arrow. I'll do I'll just right arrow should be in disabled state on the
Last
last dot representation. Okay, so all right. So any other scenarios? So somebody was telling regarding negative test case, right? So uh, see here, if you write any negative test case, right, that will still be a functionality itself. For example, I'll say verify by clicking on disabled arrow. Nothing should happen, right? So you can write in this way also. Verify that user is not navigated anywhere by clicking on disabled arrow. Correct. Or you can write this way also. Verify that user is navigated by clicking on disabled arrow. That will be still, you can consider it as a negative case, but it's still a functionality, right? It is understood that by clicking on disabled left arrow, nothing should happen. Correct. So what I'm trying to tell you is, see, negative test case, when we can come up with negative test case, I'll tell you. Can you people tell me about test case design techniques? What are the different test case design techniques?
We have five types of test case.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
We have five types of test case design techniques. They are boundary value analysis, equivalence class partitioning,
Mhm.
state transitioning, decision table, and error guessing.
Right. So when these things will be applied, whenever we have some inputs to be given. So here in this carousel uh, feature, do we have anything that we can input?
No, sir.
Right. But suppose imagine if login or register is there. Okay. We need to input mobile number here. Correct. So wherever we are giving the inputs, right? Like error guessing can be applied over here. Correct. and uh, we can come up with other what to say. You have boundary value analysis, right? So in this gift card, see, in this gift card, we can enter the amount between 100 and 10,000. So here we can apply boundary value analysis. Still, it is a text field where we can provide the input. Correct. So whenever you have a text field wherein we can provide the inputs, right? There for sure 100% we will come up with the negative case. Getting the point? But here in carousels, right? It is just a functionality of the feature. We are not providing any inputs. So coming with the negative case also will become a functionality itself. It will not be considered as a negative case. Clear what I am trying to say?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So always keep this thing in your mind, guys, while writing the test case. If there is any text field wherein you can provide the input, definitely you can come up with the negative cases. Okay. So here, uh, what you can do, you can come up with select alphabets, or you can come up with special characters. You can come up with alphanumerics. Okay, these all are negative cases. You can come up with space between the numbers, or you can leave it blank and try to get OTP. See, right? So wherever there is a text field, you can come up with negative cases. All right, always keep this in mind. This is a simple trick. I'll give the notes for this also, like on what cases you can come up with a negative uh, test cases, etc. Okay, and let's come back. I'll come up with one last test case here. That would be page carousels. Verify the carousels are as per the UI UX design. Okay, so this is a generic case, okay, wherein we would be verifying whether whatever the designs that we have, the carousels are as per that particular design shared by the design team or the product team. So what I'll do, I'll just remove this. I'll say carousel should be as per the UI UX. And this is not a functionality case, basically. This is a UI. The test type is UI test. Okay. So any doubts here, guys, on how to come up with a functionality test case or a UI test case? Any doubts here?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. So I'll stop it here today. Tomorrow we'll start with integration test case and end-to-end test case. Okay. So I'll pick a feature where there is an integration between two different uh, modules, and then we'll come up with a test case for it, and then we'll come up with end-to-end test cases as well. And once that is done, I'll select assign modules to you people so that you can come up with the test cases by your own, and that would be kind of assignment. Okay. So if we don't have any doubts for whatever that we understood today, then we'll wind up for the day, guys. Have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.